It's awful.
They have to give me Valium to go in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Skylar have an MRI.
I can't even do an open.
Is
CAT
it
scan.
recording?
All right.
It is
Okay.
recording.
This is cool.
Okay.
Welcome, Rick.
We're on?
We're on. This is live as it gets.
All right. I like getting these things in the beginning. It's fun. What's up, Calvin? How are you, man?
I'm good. It's Friday. I'm ready to get outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to take a nap.
Don't talk about naps.
I've been up since 4:30 this morning,
But that's what happens when you get old. You get up early,
Is
and
that
you
what
go
it
to
is?
bed early.
Is that what it is?
That's what they say. I don't know. I'm not there yet.
So you're the youngin', huh?
Yeah, I am.
Well, did you have a good week?
It was a great week at Rick Anderson Fitness, man. It's been busy. Clients are coming in for personal training. We're getting a ton of new memberships at the gym. It's crazy for summertime when all that normally declines. But we're seeing a big boom right now.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Yes.
What about you?
Same thing, just busy, I have, we got a lot of stuff going on outside the gym,
Yes.
so you and I have been all over the place. But yeah, the people are just joining the gym, I mean, I think we just hit, 611 members.
That's amazing.
So that's amazing.
It's crazy. And what's the time frame that you've had the gym?
It'll be 2 years this September.
And what were the starting numbers?
85.
Holy cow.
That's amazing.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
600?
That's pretty impressive.
And 11.
611.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Must be some good marketing.
Oh, yeah. But speaking of Rick Anderson Fitness, we just want to say thank you to Rick Anderson Fitness. He's our sponsor for today's show. They are located on 515 East Main Street. Go check them out. The best gym in town.
Yes, absolutely.
Voted by the people.
Yes. Absolutely. Also, we want to thank RE+Vitalize Health and Nutrition. Our supplement for the week is berberine. Okay, this is a great supplement if you're looking to, control your blood sugar. This may help with that. This may help with heart health.
And PCOS.
Yes.
Polycystic
ovarian.
syndrome.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
It's hard for me to
Sounds
remember.
serious.
Good job, man.
Yes.
Very popular product. You can see this all over the internet now. We have it at Rick Anderson Fitness. We have this available online at RE+VitalizeHealthAndNutrition.com. So that's our supplement for the week, berberine. Thank you, RE+Vitalize Health and Nutrition, for making amazing products.
And I will just add that I have been taking that berberine for about a month now, just to see what it does for me and my appetite, my hunger, if I lose any body fat, because that's what a lot of people report that it will do. A lot of people are on the semaglutide shots, but people want to go natural. So this is one of the supplements that people can use instead of the shots. So this and our other product that we have, NAC,
Yes.
you combine those two together and you get reportedly the same effects as the semaglutide shots.
Yes.
I need the
Amazing.
Google machine. I want to go in and research all of that.
Yeah.
It makes me want to dive in right then.
Hi, Mel.
But we want to thank Cole Twyford. He's the background guy. You guys can't hear him, but he's in the background. He just recently had a birthday, so happy birthday,
Happy
Cole!
birthday, Cole.
Yeah,
Is that 29? Is that right?
No, he's 24.
24.
24.
He's the baby.
Wow.
He's the
yeah.
baby.
Not
in the room.
24.
24. Yes.
He's not.
I remember 24.
He's 28.
He's a liar.
28. Oh,
When he
he's also a
started,
liar.
Oh,
Okay.
Gotcha. Well, you
Every
look
year
you
his
look
birthday, I'm like,
21.
Are you 24? He's like, no, I'm 27. And now I'm 28. Are you 24?
That's the way to do it, man. Keep them guessing.
That's the
job.
way to do it, man.
I won't let him age.
Keep lifting weights. It slows down the aging cells. So
That's right.
Cole
Cole is also a beast for all the people that don't know Cole. He's a beast in the gym.
Give a nice little flex there, Cole.
But So should we introduce our guests for that? I'm excited for these guests.
I am too. I've been really looking forward to having you girls on the show. Yes. And I'll let Rick do all the introductions.
Sure. So welcome everyone to Nicole, Hyatt, and Mel Martine. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Are we supposed to clap?
Do we have those fake claps?
Absolutely.
Oh, I
Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
We
you.
are so
Thank
excited
you.
to have the two best friends that have started it all together. You know, that's
True story.
yeah.
True story. Yeah. These girls do a lot. I don't even know half of what they do, but I see you everywhere. You're in everything, doing everything, and most of the time you're happy about it.
We are.
You know?
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah. And that's
not-
odd
it's
for
not-
me because I'm just not that kind of guy. But I enjoy seeing you girls working hard, having fun, and helping us do what we want to do.
Yes.
And everybody else in
Right.
Elizabeth City.
We'll right back at you. We appreciate what you do for us.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
Because we probably wouldn't get through our days without Rick Anderson Fitness and Revitalize.
Right.
Right.
Truly.
No, 100%.
Thank you.
I agree.
Because you guys participate at the gym and you take supplements.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. Some of us even teach classes there.
Right.
Because she has 5,000 jobs.
And looking for another one, I hear.
Well, yeah. You know what? There's always more. There's always more. There's always more time.
Right.
Sleep is overrated.
That's what I love about Mel. She never says no. She's just, well, that's not true, but
Yeah. Let's
Unless I
ask
get
Mike
the-
about
no.
that.
she does say
No.
yes to life and experiences.
I do. I do. Give it a go.
Give it a go.
Give it a go.
Give it a go.
That's right. So for the audience, that I just want to kind of give a little bit of a background. Nicole J, she's in charge of all of our marketing for Rick Anderson Fitness and also for Revitalize Health and Nutrition. So just want to say thank you for all you do for us.
You're welcome.
Amazing team. You have an amazing company, amazing team. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
But my question is how did you guys meet?
Mel and I?
Yeah,
Oh,
like-
that's a funny story.
Like, where are you guys from? And like,
So I had just moved to town and I had 0 friends. And I was a runner at the time. So I figured if I went to the Y and I took enough classes and I kept going, someone would take me in. And she did.
And it
So we
happened.
met.
Yeah.
Yes, we met in a.
Well, I had just recently started a running group through the Y. I actually started it in the community, but the executive director at the Y was like, I like what you're doing. Can you bring it to the Y? And so I did, but I was also taking all the classes. And all of my friends were Coast Guard friends at the time and had moved away. So I was kind of on my own. And I was in a boot camp class and Mel was right next to me. And we had to run a lap around the Currituck gym. And when she went off to take her run, I knew immediately that she was a runner because of her
You
gait.
could see her form.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just run like a
And-
gazelle.
Yeah,
It's
and we were
just-
both running half marathons and stuff at the time. And so I started kind of stalking her in class.
Weirdo.
Which it worked out because I was hoping someone would take me home.
You were looking for a stalker.
we have a stalker.
So after class, I was down in the lobby and I was like, she walked by and I was like, hey, you. I was like, I started a running group. Do you want to run with us? And she was like, yes. I mean, that was her first yes to
It
me.
was. It was. And in my brain, I go, it's happening.
And then she came over with a little piece of paper and gave me her number. And I was like, awesome, I'll call you. And so then she went out the door and then turned around and came running back in. And she's like, wait a minute. I gave you my wrong name. I was like, what?
Wrong name.
did.
What does that mean?
I wrote down the wrong last name.
She did.
I gave my maiden name. And at that point, I had been married.
A little foreshadowing.
It was foreshadowing. To that person, I was married 14 years at the time.
Okay. Because before you were Martina, you were what, a Lescota?
Lascota.
Lescota. Did I pronounce that right?
You did. I was really impressed just now.
Good job.
you win, gold star.
But yeah, that was the beginning. And then we just started running together. And then whenever you run, you share stories, and we became fast friends.
Right.
I don't share stories when I run.
Well, there was some bad language too,
I'm
but
trying to catch my breath when I run.
Yeah, I'm trying not to talk.
But where are you from, though, Nicole?
I'm from Idaho, Boise, Idaho originally.
Nice. So,
And what about you, Mel? Where are
I'm
you
from
originally?
all over, but I tell everyone the accent's from Michigan. I
Michigan.
moved a lot.
Michigan.
but-
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Running from someone, something?
All the time.
Okay. I figured. I just figured I would ask.
It's not, I'm not very good at it, though. I just gave you 2 last names.
That's a lie.
So.
Yeah, not good.
No, I'm not good at it.
We found her.
I gotta go.
That's funny. So, you guys, you were military, right, Nicole? And what about you, Mel? Were you in the military? Were your
No.
ex-husband was military?
No, he was actually worked on the railroad, 4th Railroad,
The railroad.
corporate wise, and they just kept closing offices, and so we just had to keep moving.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's what brought us here.
Right.
Yep.
Well, we're glad you made it here.
Me too.
Yeah.
I know.
Me too.
So glad I found you.
I know. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I just kept going to classes.
And so then the idea of the 2 souls just came out of the running club? Is that how that came about?
A little bit. We were sharing our hopes and dreams. You know, she wanted a venue, an event venue, and that was one of her aspirations. And I wanted to have a marketing company at that time.
Right.
And then I was working down here, and at that time, Elizabeth City was a lot more quiet. But there was a lot of revitalization happening, and we were right on the cusp of COVID and didn't
Yes.
really know it at that time too. And Mel was working up in Norfolk. She had a great job up there, and then got furloughed.
Yep.
And we had a wine night, and I was just down here. And after I would work all day, I was just starting my marketing company. I would want a nice glass of wine, and there wasn't really any place where you could just sit down and enjoy a nice glass of wine in a beautiful glass.
Oh, really? Because there's a lot of guys up there on the corner who sit and drink wine, but they just don't have the glasses.
Well,
That's out of a bag, and I don't think it's wine.
so
Yeah, I don't
about
think that's wine either.
I was like, I don't think they're drinking wine.
yeah. And I was like, this town needs a wine bar. It needs a wine bar. I mean, we had a brewery, but we didn't have a wine bar. So we were having a wine night, and we were just talking, and we were like, let's open a wine bar. So and
I
then
said,
she
okay,
goes, okay.
yeah, let's do that. Because
Yeah.
I'm always okay. But that was my background was the restaurant industry,
Yeah.
the hospitality industry. So we did have some knowledge.
Yeah.
We're kind of the
Going
yin
into
and yang. So, you know, I do a lot of the back end stuff. I could handle the marketing, and then she's the event venue, the catering, the restaurant. Like it was just kind of a perfect.
She handles all the things I don't want to do.
Yeah, and she handles all the things I don't want to
Right.
do.
Like
Yeah.
Pretty
Yes.
perfect.
a
Yes.
perfect fit, huh?
It
Yes.
was.
Wow.
And we just started taking little steps. And if a door opened, we just walked through it. And then the next door would open. And we were like, well, if no door's shut, let's just keep going. So
And now the bottles never close. We're just pouring. We're just pouring wine.
Pouring.
Just pouring wine.
yeah. And we had great people to support us along the way. And I think we opened the night the bar ban lifted.
Yes. Just as
During
COVID
COVID.
restrictions were lifted,
crazy.
we were able to open our doors, and we had to have one table closed and then the next one open, and
Yeah.
all of the regulations. But
Yeah.
the timing couldn't have been more perfect. Everyone was ready to get out and socialize, and
Boy,
Drink
I
some
remember
wine.
that. Yeah.
they wanted to drink outside of their homes.
Let's go to Two Souls.
Wow.
So-
Well, I must say, there's nothing like Two Souls.
No, there's really
That
not.
is my favorite kind of, bar.
The
kinda-
vibe.
Gonna go to, that's where I go, when I'm looking to drink some really, really good bourbon, that's where I go is Two Souls. They have a great selection of a bourbon, which is my drink, my go-to drink. But yeah, I love Two Souls. I love the restaurant. I love the feel for it. It looks amazing in there.
It does. Yeah.
Thank you, Darlene Tuttle, from Sanctuary Design.
Yeah. We
She
really
did an awesome
created
job.
a place that we wanted to sit and relax, and
Yeah.
where we wanted to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Fortunately, it worked
I
out.
love it. I feel the same as Rick. I really like the feel of the whole place, and I don't even drink. And you guys offer non-alcoholic choices, and I love the mocktails. I've tried almost every one of them, and yeah, they're delicious.
Good.
Yeah.
We
That
really
was
wanted
important
somewhere
to us.
for everybody, and we wanted something for everybody. That's kind of the tagline that we came up with. Everyone deserves to be included, and represented. So
Right. I love the what is that called? Slogan, or what is that? Linger a little longer. How did that come about? What's
I don't
the
know. It
story
just kind of
behind
came
it?
out of me one night. I think Mike
one
was.
and one
It
of my
probably
things
started
about when
with
you go to
wine.
yes, it always starts with wine. But when you go to a restaurant, their profitability is by turning tables. So there's always kind of that pressure with your server, and you can feel it. They eat and get out.
You can get the hell out.
So for us, we wanted somewhere where you didn't feel rushed. You could sink down into the chairs and drink your wine, bourbon, mocktail, and really have a great conversation without feeling that pressure of having to get out or getting your check and feeling rushed. So it was linger longer.
Linger a little longer. Linger a little. Linger as long as you want until it turned into everybody was.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Took a turn in
Nicole
the beginning.
is really used to going home, and bars don't close at 8.
Oh, it's a funny story, really.
And there was one night that we're all sitting there, and it would happen. It was so funny. She's gotten much better at it, but you knew when it hit 8 p.m. because her total mood changed. She was ready to go.
Go to bed.
Yeah.
Bye.
And
But I
so-
couldn't leave.
No.
'Cause I had to work there in the beginning.
There was one night when the bar was closing, or no, we weren't closing. We were still open, but 8 o'clock hit, and she looks over the couches, and they were full of people, and they're just over there lingering like shit.
That did not come out of me. I don't talk like that.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it so did, and it will forever live as one of the best.
So I am kind of snotty sometimes.
It was the best Nicole J memory.
And then I got COVID, and when I came back, all the staff were wearing these really ugly white T-shirts with a logo on it. And I
Yes.
was like, I did not approve these shirts. And they were all giggling, and I was like, what is going on? And they all turned around, and on the back it said, lingering like shit. I was like, take those off right now.
That is funny.
It was fun.
Anyway,
We have a good time.
Good times at T-Soul's Wine Bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what happened when we opened a wine bar?
Was that?
As it turns out, you can't eat all the cheese and drink all the wine because the
How
two
much weight
souls,
did we gain, Mel?
the two souls became a little pleasantly plump.
Yeah, we did.
What's that saying? Do not get high off your own supply.
Oh my goodness.
Supply.
Oh, we were so high on cheese and wine.
We were like, Rick, what's wrong with us? He's like, so.
Yeah, and that was that started my journey of weightlifting. I had never lifted weights or had any kind of experience before.
Yes, I remember meeting you for the first time at the Currituck Y.
Yes.
When Joe Morrow. Hey, Joe. I hope you're watching the show, buddy.
Love Joe.
Yeah, we love you, man.
We do.
Yeah, so he stepped down and he moved, and I ended up taking over his spot. And then they made me go to Currituck and meet all the other instructors. So I ended up going over there to meet all the instructors, and that's where I met you. You were, I think, teaching a spin class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, you're such a good spin teacher.
And
So
I
much
was
fun.
like, holy cow, who is this motivated, full of energy?
Who is this crazy
The
psycho chick?
Energizer Bunny.
It's no different
It's
today.
so-
Her class is
it's so
amazing.
fun. I love teaching cycle. But
Yeah.
then I through COVID and that kind of thing, I stopped. And I stopped working out, and I started getting really busy, and the stress and the cheese and the wine.
Uh-huh. It catches up.
It caught up, yes. And Nicole actually encouraged me to go to Rick
Yeah.
and start lifting.
best.
Yes. But
He's the- yeah.
I mean, I had never.
Can you say that again? I needed to hear that again.
He did.
Can you say
He
that?
doesn't hear it nearly enough.
But it was so funny when we first started training. Rick would say something to do, and I'm like, I don't know what you just said. Can you show me again? And he'd show it again. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you're doing. So 2 years later, I'm mostly okay.
Yeah,
Great.
You know now, huh?
Mostly.
As long as you get an appropriate warm up.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I want a full 5-minute warm up.
Here
and
we
I
go.
don't want to be cut short for my warm up because somebody gets a little anal retentive about the time. That's
You only
okay.
get 2 minutes in the summer, 5 minutes in the winter.
He's the clock watcher.
It's right there on the spreadsheet. Does he not send that to you beforehand?
Yes.
I'm a little obsessed with the clock and
And the
spreadsheet.
Google
yes.
Sheets. Did you check off your workout? You didn't put all your exercises in. Oh. Did you finish it?
So funny.
In my mind, I did.
I'm gonna start adding videos to their workout sheets because you know, some of the exercises they don't.
Yeah, even Calvin couldn't help.
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
One of them
yeah,
one
that
day.
was a crazy one.
We went to another professional, and we all agreed that you made that up.
I really tried to wrap my brain around that one, and I could not visualize.
Oh,
how to
yeah?
do it. Yeah. So we'll get back to that one.
So to our audience there, you know, I train Nicole, Hyatt, and Mel Martine 3 days a week, or it was 3 days a week. Now it's 2 days a week. Well, 3 with Nicole, twice with Mel. And I've had a blast training them. You know, and actually,
do have
you know, I came up with a name for them. I said Two Souls Fitness was.
I think it was Two Souls Whiners.
yes, that too.
There was a lot of wine. There's a lot less
lots
whining.
of wine, but lots of whining.
Yeah,
So
there's
it really
a lot less
fit.
whining now. Don't you think?
Yeah, most of the time I see you guys, you're very happy.
I'm thinking.
We
I'm
are.
like,
Because we feel strong now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, it's amazing when you show up consistently.
Yes. And I just want to say,
Feel
you guys
strong.
look amazing. You both have lost a lot of weight, obviously, and you've both put on muscle mass, you know, and you guys look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've never had biceps.
I know. Or you,
I have muscles.
yeah.
I can lift things now.
We use like the big girl plates, or are they big boy plates? Sometimes.
I can open doors, and that's really fun.
I know.
They're
Even
not
the
so
other
heavy.
day we were lifting and Tira looked at me and she's like, it's so cool to see the progress you guys have made. You know, 'cause
Nice.
she's there every morning when we're there, and that was her compliment to us this week. And
Yeah.
that's your encouraging gym. Like that's your team. They're very
Well, and the
Encouraging,
consistency.
supportive.
Like, I think I would not work out if I didn't pay a trainer.
Right.
Same.
There's a lot of
the-
people like
yes,
that. Yeah.
and it's the same thing for cycle. I would not work out if I did not teach, and I know that
Right.
because when I didn't
and
teach, I
wouldn't
didn't
spin if you didn't teach.
Yes, like I think it's so that accountability. Because yes, I want to work out. I feel so much better when I work out, but
Yes.
it's so easy not to work out.
The weight room is overwhelming. I remember when you were at the Y, I wanted to start lifting so bad. I was just looking over there going, I have no idea what to do in here. Didn't even know where to start. So that's when I found you that day.
Yes.
I've been looking for you.
Yes, I remember that. And I was like, step into my office.
I did.
She said, that's not what I meant. Ray." Stay out here on the weight floor.
Like creepy. but yeah, so we started training at the Y, Nicole and I. And before that, you were training with, I believe, Amy.
Yeah, but there'd been a gap.
Yeah.
Because I think I was training with her and then I started running half marathons. And I think we did several half marathons and I did a full. And then I was
Wow.
like, yeah, I think I'm done running.
Wow.
Started having so much pain.
Right.
Okay, I need to make my bones stronger. Let's
Right.
do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that now.
Yeah.
So
But I'm proud of you guys, you know, that the road you guys, you know, have taken that led you guys to where you're at today. You guys look great.
thank you.
Very
Thank you.
impressive.
Yeah.
It's been fun too. I mean, it really has been. It's fun. I look forward to it.
Yeah, and we have balance now in our lives. You know, if you work out, then you can have a glass of wine, not 4, and not a pound of cheese, and you learn that.
Right.
But it's so good for your stress level too, and just starting your day. Like I teach a 6 a.m. class. I love to sleep. Like that is my very favorite thing in the world to do.
I didn't think she'd ever be able to get up for it.
I didn't
I was
either.
like, "You're
I
going to
didn't
teach
either.
at 6 in the morning? Are you sure?"
But I love it now.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts your day. And so by the time we leave that 6 a.m. class, all of us are wide awake and so excited for the day and happy because it just gets your adrenaline pumping, gets those endorphins going. And it's so much fun.
And
Yes.
you've only missed one class?
Oh gosh.
What
yes.
happened?
I remember that morning.
Yeah, it was recently.
My
West-
phone was blowing up that morning.
Mine was too.
Oh my gosh. I was
Where's
sleeping.
Mel?
I was
She was
sleeping.
sleeping.
I was sleeping. The alarm did not go off or I didn't hear it. I don't know. But I
I
was,
was like,
sleeping.
"Oh my gosh, I hope she's okay."
And I've never done that in 7 years of teaching cycle.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
the first class I've ever just not shown
That's a
up
pretty
to.
impressive track record, though. Seven
I was
years.
Pretty good.
devastated.
Yeah.
I was
That's how important
devastated.
it is, though,
Yes,
to
it
you.
is.
Yeah.
Well, and it's, again, it's that accountability because there's people waiting for me to show up.
Right.
Yeah. So it's 6 a.m. I can't imagine showing up and no one being there. I'd be really irritated.
That wouldn't
they were
happen
very,
many
they were
times.
very forgiving, thankfully.
If you to our audience, if you haven't tried Mel's spin class at Rick Anderson Fitness, you guys are missing out. You guys need to check it out. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 a.m. and Saturdays at 9:15 a.m. over at the studio at Rick Anderson Fitness. Check it out. It's a
It's a
great
workout
class.
and a show.
It's not a lie.
Music is amazing. She's got great music.
Light
And it's
show.
usually pretty packed.
Yes, it
a
is.
very packed class.
We have a great.
It's fun.
We have a great class. It's
Yeah.
a lot of great energy in there.
It was so busy. We ended up getting 5 more bikes just to accommodate for more
All the
people.
that wanted to spend. Yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
crazy.
because we were like, I was leaving at like 5:30 so I
Yes.
could get in line. You know,
Yes,
For a
things
bike.
got aggressive for a little
Yeah,
bit.
I've seen tents, people like camping out there for her class.
Let me in. Let me cycle.
I was like, this lady was in the sleeping bag.
Oh gosh.
You know, this lady was in
just
the
miss
sleeping
Yolanda.
bag. I was like, hey, lady, what are you here for? I'm here
was
for
that
Mel
Yolanda?
Spin.
Yolanda?
Yeah.
No, it
Oh, I don't think Miss Yolanda is coming in.
it was not Miss Yolanda. But let's go back to Two Souls, because I've noticed we got some wine here. You guys want to talk a little bit about your menu, your wine selections, your bourbon
it's
selections?
perfect timing because we're launching a new menu tonight. We're pretty excited about it.
Woo!
Yes, yes.
Can we get that fake clap? You know?
Is it all brand new? Or just,
No,
Okay.
several new. So we try to rotate our menu quarterly, bring on new things. We have some that we would have rioters if we removed, so those get to stay. But we do try to change up the menu because people come very frequently, and change is good, and we get bored.
Yeah, you get bored drinking the same thing all the time.
Yes, so it's fun to introduce new wines and, but then bring on new things all the time. We've just brought on flatbreads, and they are
Delicious.
delicious.
They're
oh
so
my
good.
goodness, so good. So it's fun to change it up and keep people interested in coming in.
Now, who
Yeah.
develops the recipes? You? Both of you?
Mostly Mel.
I
Mel
I
manages
mostly
the
handle
kitchen,
the
and then-
kitchen.
And then we have a really great kitchen manager, and she kind of took the lead on these flatbreads and did a great job with it.
What's her name?
Kaylee.
Kaylee. Shout out to Kaylee.
Yeah, she did
Yeah,
an amazing
she's
job.
amazing.
She did. She was fun. I had some ideas, and she's like, "Can we do this instead?" Yes, take the initiative. I love
Good.
that.
Yeah,
love
it's
that.
nice to have people on board
Yes,
like that.
yes.
So we'll be launching the summer sipping series. So it's 4 new whites, 4 new reds every month. And then in the fall, we plan to just revamp the whole menu and do another fun full launch for the fall. So
That's exciting.
And did I
it
see
is for wine drinkers, but
You guys
you know, it goes along
open-
with football season.
Oh, the fall. Yeah. Right. You're open 7 days a week now? Did I see
Yes,
that?
yes.
That's
This
new?
was our first week that we were open 7 days a week, and it's been amazing.
Oh my gosh, we were shocked.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have had an amazing week,
Yeah.
and the community has really shown up and supported us, and we're just so thankful. It's
So why did that happen?
Well, we had a couple customers sitting at the bar one night. Were you there? I
Yes.
don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You guys need to be open on Monday. There's nothing open on Monday in Elizabeth City."
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
And he's like, "We go to AOA and they're having classes and they're dropping off our dance and all these different things." And he's like, "And we walk over and we want to go to Two Souls and it's closed because it's just so convenient." And Mel and I were like, "Oh, well, man, maybe we should just give it a try." So we did, because that's
week
what we
one
do.
is good.
So far,
Yeah,
so
so
good.
far.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that started this week?
This
Monday?
past week.
This
yeah.
past Monday? Okay. Wow.
It's pretty new.
And it's fun. It gives our employees, more opportunities for shifts. And we have a very small employee or staff list because it doesn't take much to run it. So it works out for, I think, everybody.
Good. You think other restaurants are going to follow suit?
I don't
Hopefully. I don't know.
Because that's a big complaint downtown.
It is.
Yeah.
I think Mondays are just hard in the restaurant industry. You just get your
Need a day
butts
off.
kicked
For
on the weekends.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to have one day that everybody knows they'll consistently have off because your schedule changes week to week. So I think for a lot of the restaurant industry, just on Mondays, so you can make appointments and that sort of thing. So
Gotcha.
we'll see.
So what do you guys have here on the table?
Wine.
We have 4 bottles of wine on the table, folks.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I know nothing about wine.
I don't either.
It's nasty.
Oh my goodness.
On the table, we just have a sweet red wine, and that actually came from a wine tasting. We have wine tastings every month where our distributor comes in and the community comes in, and we take them through 6 different wines It's been really fun. It's a lot about wine education and the vineyards that bring these wonderful wines to us here. But then it's also, we have so many wonderful people that come in all the time that are just regular customers and now are good friends. And it's just a really good time for community. But there is a Cabernet, the Jack from Walla Walla, Washington. And then we have the Rosé, the Diane, which is part of the Chateauneuf de Pop family. And then that's just a delicious Pinot Grigio. So, you can just come on in and order those tonight if you want.
Okay.
That Cabernet is one of my favorites. It's delicious.
My favorite is there is a wine for everybody. And when
Yes.
somebody comes in, they're like, I don't like wine, we can find something. And that's so fun. And it's also people grow in their taste and mature in their taste. It's kind of like going from chicken nuggets to prime rib. But it's fun to watch that growth. And because of the wine tastings, we've seen several of our regular customers, the growth. And it's so fun to see how far people have come and their appreciation for wine and the growth. But, there's no shame in what you like. Everyone
It
has
was
their own
funny. I
taste.
think
That's
the
right.
night that we announced on social media that we were going to open a wine bar, I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a pretty big night.
It was a big
We got a couple of glasses. It was Overman Stevenson at the time. They were closed down. And we just went outside and took a picture. Did we do a picture or video?
just a
I
picture.
think we did a picture. And we got 1,000 followers that night on our social media page. That's how excited
It's like within an
Elizabeth
hour.
City.
We're sitting there having dinner over at Hop and John's, and,
And
it's
we were
just
like,
ding, ding, ding,
oh
ding,
my God, we had 1,000 followers by the end of the night. And we were like, holy crap, people are excited about a wine bar.
yes. And I guess we really have to open one now.
Yeah. And then we asked
Gotta
Elizabeth
follow
City.
through now.
Yeah.
We said to them, what kind of wine do you guys want us to bring to the wine bar? What would be your choice? And we could not believe it. I mean, it's not our favorite, but everybody was like, Moscato, Moscato, Moscato. That's like the sweetest wine.
Yeah.
We do
can
live in
drink.
sweet tea
And it's
country.
still,
Yeah.
What is
still
this
one of our favorites.
here that I have in my hand?
That's the Jack, the Cabernet.
Okay.
You
I
got to
think-
hold it by the stem,
am
though.
I-
You
am I-
can't hold it with your palm.
Am
like
I
that.
holding it this?
Don't bear it. Don't bear claw that wine glass.
He has not grown in his wine journey.
As you can see, I am not a wine drinker. But
We need some lessons on how you're handling that stem over there.
He's used to hanging out with the guys on the corner.
I'm trying to make sure I don't spill
That's
it on
not
my
a
shirt.
beer. That's not a beer.
He's gonna use two hands.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
So you probably would like that because it's a drier wine, and bourbon drinkers like the Syrahs,
Right.
the
The
heavier
smokier.
wines, Cabernets. So that probably would.
Smokier leather.
Yeah.
Leather.
Well, I'm sticking with my
Your elderflower lemonade.
elderflower lemonade.
Yes.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
It's so
it is.
good.
It's really
It's
good.
really good.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of really great sodas and drinks from. We have a distributor that has a lot of imported drinks, and it's so fun because they're so good. And
They are good.
much more pure ingredients.
Yeah.
Yes.
So where is this one from?
I believe that one is it's either French or Italian. What's the name of it? I could tell. Belvoir.
Yeah.
If I was really good at my languages, I would be able to tell you what that was.
You guys
I
mentioned
pretended for a minute.
COVID. So opening Two Souls or the idea of Two Souls, did that come about during COVID?
Yes, I had just lost my job because of COVID. I was in the event industry, event manager, and that died off immediately.
That was a wild time.
Yes. So I lost my job. At that time, I was a single mom, 3 kids. I had always taken the safe route. I'm very much a safety net kind of girl. And ended up, my safety was not so safe enter COVID. So
Yeah.
then
A lot of the businesses down here were very scary.
Yeah.
And I was in marketing at the time. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose all my clients. Like, this is going to be awful. And I sat there and I thought, how can I help them? And I just knew it was an opportunity to take their businesses online or help them revamp their business model so that they could adapt to what was happening in the community. And so that was kind of a neat time, is getting creative with how you were serving your clientele,
Right.
and then helping them take their business online to
it was an
promote those
interesting
things.
time to watch how people adapted.
Yeah.
And those that were fighters and were figuring out how to adapt, and those that,
They're still
that
here.
couldn't. Like, it was very interesting. I love watching people's personalities and who people are, and the grit that some of the people had and how creative they came up. It's just
Yeah. And
I
some
mean,
people shut down and
pretty incredible things came out of a really horrible.
A lot of great things.
Yes. Yeah.
They really did.
I remember COVID when the Y shut down. They let everybody go, including me.
Yeah.
They let everybody go. Never in my life have I ever thought I would file for unemployment.
Right.
But I did that summer. I filed for unemployment, and I didn't have a job for maybe 4 or 5 months, I think it was, and I had no gym to work out at. So, but Nicole, they had a workout room in their house, in their garage, and then she was like, "You can just work out with me in West, So that whole summer during COVID, I was working out at
At
Nicole's house in their garage.
And he was training the kids.
I was
and
training the
keeping
kids.
them,
I was training Skylar, and I was training Wes.
Yeah.
It was crazy times.
It was a crazy time. The Y actually did bring back some of the instructors, and I taught cycle in the parking lot of the Y. And I would back up my minivan.
You did.
And I would pop my trunk and get my subwoofers and my mom van going.
Right.
All right.
And I would blow the music, and because we could social distance and outside the bikes, and we
Did you just wheel the bikes outside?
We wheeled the bikes out into the parking lot, and we had cycle class. But North Carolina gets real hot in the summer.
Oh yeah.
And working out with the mask on, sorry, but
Oh,
no
my
good.
goodness.
No good.
It was really hot some of those days. It was funny. Some of the members started bringing like whole table umbrellas to go over their bikes. They were dedicated.
Yes,
They were dedicated to
so
working
funny.
out. It was funny.
So that must have been really scary, trying to even think about opening a business during COVID. I mean, that had
I
to be
didn't have
like,
any fear. I
wasn't.
knew it would go away.
really.
Yeah. I like to tell people that sometimes I'm just too stupid to know how scared or
Yeah,
mad I
maybe
should
that
be.
was it. But I didn't have any worries.
No worries.
I didn't think it would last forever. And I just knew Elizabeth City needed a wine bar.
Look at you two now. Boom.
It was probably, I remember the night we decided we were going to open a wine bar. And I went home and I was like, I think she's serious.
Yeah.
And that was
She was.
scary because I was like, oh no, I've agreed. And I always follow through. But then once we started digging into it and really looking at the numbers, and we had some great guidance through the Small Business Center here in town, and it just made sense. And then I really didn't have any fear. It was more excitement of when do we get to open?
Good.
And I'm really glad she had experience in the restaurant industry, because I was the one that was here with Darlene, and we were designing the bar and stuff. And Mel was working at Trio at the time on the beach. And I was like, the cabinets are going to look so nice under the bar. I literally thought it was like going to be a kitchen.
Like drawers. She's going to put cabinets and drawers. I'm like, stop.
And so did Darlene. And I called Mel and I was
not
like, so
what
where
this is."
exactly does the, and she's like, what are you doing?
I was like, no.
Oh,
Hit
Oh,
the
it's
brakes.
funny. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not
the
your
wrong
living room.
person was there that day.
Not your living room. No.
I'll just start moving back down into the dining
My
room.
goodness. Or the swinging door that was
Oh,
put up.
man.
So the kitchen door, it was a solid wood door on hinges.
It was so heavy.
It was so heavy. And I'm like, no. Like
Somebody's
our
gonna die.
servers are going to need to wear football pads and helmets to get through. And they're like, I think it'll work. I'm
Because
like,
it's pretty.
I was like, no. The door is tap, go, not. I think I injured myself the first
You
time I
did.
even went through that door.
And so it didn't stay up.
It did not stay. No, it was ridiculous. It was so ridiculous.
No.
So you guys were talking about the fear and opening up during COVID, and that's something that I wanted to bring up. Not COVID, but the fear behind opening a business, because you girls seem so confident all the time. And Rick and I are hoping to expand Rick Anderson Fitness. And just for me, changing careers at 50 is tough. And then expanding, trying to find a bigger location for our gym and revitalize and doing all that stuff. To me, it's kind of scary. I'm like you. I like my safety net.
yes.
I like to know things are going to be okay. So I battle that fear.
Right.
And I'm glad you guys brought it up, that you did have a little bit of fear
yes.
and just were able to walk
We
right
still
through
have
it.
fear.
Yes.
I mean, even in the business, every week, every month, when you're looking at your bottom line, and
I think
You
it's
have
what
to-
drives us, though.
Yeah.
It's the we love the wine bar so much, and we love what we're doing, and we love our community, and we love the people that come in, and we fight for it. So whenever those tough times come, or there's a struggle, it just makes us really
Dig in.
and pull it back up, and it works. But we did so much as we got more and more comfortable the more we looked at the numbers, the more that we talked to other professionals. We really had a lot of guidance and hand-holding even, I would say, just making sure that it did make sense. And my favorite thing, we worked with Ginger O'Neill over at the Small Business Center, was she's very honest. And I personally am someone who I love that. I don't need all the flowers. I don't need whatever nice things you want to say. Just give it to me like it is. And she did, and it all worked out. Yeah, it's great.
Very, very scary, going into a business. And I was in the same boat. I was with the Y for, over 17 years. And the thought of leaving the Y, and starting my own business, it was just like, oh my God, dude, can I really do this? But I did. I took that leap, and I had an office in here. This is actually my office.
Your office.
Yes, this studio.
I forget. That seems like a lifetime ago.
That was a long time ago.
I had a desk here, and I remember hitting about 45, almost 50 clients when I left the Y. So I was making it a full-time gig for me.
Would you make them do push-ups right there?
No, I was over at
I do
Donnie's
think I
No
held a
Limit
plank
Fitness.
though for my test here.
Yes, it was right here.
I think I did hold my plank on this floor.
But then, the next step for me was to buy my own gym. To me, that was, oh my God, I can't even think about it. I'm so scared, But an opportunity came, with Donnie selling me No Limit Fitness. And I said, okay, I just want like a personal training. I don't want to deal with staff. I don't want to deal with payroll. I don't want to deal with, with memberships, but then I did, And then the next step after that was opening a separate studio for all the group fitness classes, But I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm scared to do that. And I don't want to take on another rent, but I did. I took another leap, So I've been taking these leaps one right after the other, and you and I,
What's the next leap?
Yes. And so far, so good. I'm thankful that I did make those jumps, and took the risk. But now Calvin and I, we're in that same boat.
And that's when they really took off. That's when the numbers really started
pretty much
to
when
climb.
he had like 500 people signed up that day.
You know what's interesting, Calvin, is
What?
when I was training with Rick at the Y, he was having these visions of the gym. And he said, I just want a partner. I need a partner.
Yeah.
And he was searching for a partner, and he interviewed a few couples, and some people kind of came along, and they just kind of fell away. And he just kept going forward, and then you came along.
Yeah.
And then, it's really cool. So, it's just a testimony to be patient sometimes and wait for the right person
Right.
to come along, because I think your partnership is solid.
I think so.
it's
I think so.
It's
Yeah.
working out really, really damn good.
And
I
partnerships
think.
can be hard. They can be hard. But
What do you mean?
Yeah.
sometimes you're
Expand.
difficult.
Me?
Here we go. Here
I
we
think Mel and I
go.
have had 2 fights total.
And they're ridiculous.
And they were so stupid.
They were so stupid. But
They were funny,
before
though.
we went, they were funny. Before we went into it, that was one of the things that we sat down and hashed out was our friendship will always come first.
Yeah.
This will never come between us. So far.
Yeah. Good.
Turns out she can apologize. She
really
was
good
wrong
at-
that day. Just
I'm
kidding.
very good
I'm
at
kidding.
apologizing.
I'm kidding.
It's my number one thing. It's my number one thing. But don't take me
Calvin
out.
and I have not had a fight yet, so that's good.
Yeah.
I don't see you guys having a fight.
No.
I don't think so. There's no need to fight.
Yeah.
No.
As long as the numbers are good, we're good.
Yeah, as long as the numbers are good.
Yeah, and when the numbers are bad, that's when you have to really hold hands. And
It is. That's when we dig in.
Yeah, we're not holding hands.
Oh,
you should.
maybe a little stick.
But taking that leap, Calvin and I, hey, we're at that,
Yeah.
at the edge of that, what is that called? Precipice. We're getting ready to make another leap,
The next
another
step.
big business decision, and we're scared. We are so scared, but I believe in my heart it's a good move for Calvin and I. But we're not going to talk about that today.
Not today. Cole says we got to wrap
But
it
do
up.
we have time, real quick, to talk
Can I
about
just
Nicole
tell you
J?
what Darlene told me?
Sure.
Real quick. She just said, everything great is on the other side of fear.
I love it.
So there you go.
I love that.
That's
Very
what she
true.
said when we were opening the wine bar, because I was like about to spend so much money, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And that's what she said to me. And she wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
And I know she's done the same thing for herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I love
just
that.
have faith.
I do like
That's
that.
right. Just have faith.
Just have faith.
Yeah.
So what were you getting ready to bring up?
I was going to ask if we had a quick time to kind of, go over Nicole J and how she got started.
Of course,
with
we have time for that.
Nicole
Just kidding.
J and Co. So we got to talk about Nicole J and Co. I mean, you guys, you're behind the scenes for marketing for Rick Anderson Fitness and Revitalize. I mean, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Nicole J and Co. So thank you. But yeah, you want to talk about real quick?
I don't know. Ta-da! How much time do we have? I mean, I could talk about Nicole J all day.
Yeah.
Cole
1
says
minute?
no. Cole says
2 minutes?
We're at 45 minutes.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, man.
All right, we're good.
No.
Yeah, this is just the second half of the show starting now.
Like Calvin said at the beginning, 45 for Nicole, 45 for Mel. An hour and a half.
So funny. Well, I don't really know what you guys want me to say, but
How did Nicole J come about?
Can we take a pause real quick?
Sure.
I can switch this card because this card's about to die.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's
Cut.
have some wine,
Yeah, have
open
some
the
wine.
door, and let some air in.
Chug, chug, chug,
Let's
chug,
walk
chug,
around.
chug. Do you chug wine?
No.
No.
Yes.
like we don't man claw it and we don't chug it.
You say we're good?
Oh, that is not my way.
You don't like it?
Intermission.
It's too oaky for me.
We are in intermission.
Are we back on?
Yeah, I didn't stop the audio, but I'll cut it.
That's really good.
Well, he was like, chug, chug, chug. That's pretty funny. Oh, Nicole J.
Going back
Co.
in.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, Nicole J. Co. is kind of my romance story as far as a business goes. My degree's in marketing, and I was a stay-at-home mom, had jobs, here and there, but never really got to fulfill that side of me that, I went to college for. And Mel and I were actually good friends at that time, too. So I was actually doing marketing for 2 companies here. It was back in 2017. And I wasn't making very much money, but I was sure helping bring in business. And I was running at the time, and I just started thinking, what I'm doing for them, I could do for so many businesses. And it just started kind of building inside me. And I was sitting with Mel. We were paddleboarding.
We did. We
Actually.
paddleboarded right here.
And
in
I
the
Really?
fell
Pasco
into the Pascastank River. I
Yes.
did that day. I fell in.
It was hilarious.
It was funny. And she kind of gave me the idea. She was like, well, have you heard of this company in Virginia Beach? And this is what she does. And so I started researching it and spent the fall kind of building my resume. Those 2 businesses that I worked for, I said to them, I'm going to open my own company, and I'd like to do your marketing on my terms, for a month, and I'll do it for you for free. If you like it, you can hire me. And if you don't, we'll just go our separate ways. And one company hired me, and the other company decided to close their doors. But that first client was Body Connect Wellness Center. And Tammy Richards gave me the opportunity to do her marketing. I actually helped her brand Body Connect and everything back in the day, but she was my very first client. And then I brought on 4 clients that fall and launched Nicole J. & Co. in 2018. And one client became 15. And then I brought on some account managers, and then I wanted professional photography and graphic design. And what's really been special about every person that's come to Nicole J. & Co. is it's all been very organic. Like, I kind of would start feeling that I wanted that, but then this person would present themselves, and then they would join the team. And we've always just had a very healthy, happy, productive team. And now we all work together, and we support each other, and we're always thinking about new ways we can help people, new services, new products. So social media was our bread and butter for a long time, but, digital marketing is important. Graphic design is important. Photography on its own is important. We needed website creation and design. So, along came Sarah Lilly, and then I think, she came after Cole. Cole came, and then Jesse came. And it was just, everyone's just been invaluable to our team. And now we have 4 photographers, and then Skylar came, and Ellie. So,
And podcasts.
and podcasts
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to have a podcast,
Yeah.
come on.
Yes, this wouldn't be possible, without Nicole J.
Yeah.
and
It's
Co.
fun. And I think when you do something you love and you're passionate about it, it just never feels like work.
No,
So,
it's fun.
and I think for me,
fun.
every single client, every single person, the relationship has always been number one and the priority for me. And so it's always joyful that way. So,
And I think it helps owning our own business because we understand what it feels like to own a business. It's your baby. That it's very personal. And so when someone invites you in to do their social media, sometimes they have a hard time letting go because it's theirs. You know, are you going to represent it the right way? Are you going to be my voice? Are you going to be, that's not how. So I think having two souls has really helped us because we're just as protective of the wine bar.
yeah.
Right.
So we understand that fear of turning it over to somebody. And I think it makes us better at
Helping our
helping
clients.
them
Yeah.
and understanding where they're coming from and working harder to represent them the way they want to be represented.
Right.
Well, you seem to do a great job.
Thanks. Always striving to be better every day.
Fun.
But
When I first
it.
started Rick Anderson Fitness, Nicole recommended you need a social media page. You need a Facebook page, Instagram page, but I was like, nah, I'm okay. I don't need any of that. But I'm so glad I have it now.
And now he's addicted. He's addicted to all things marketing.
And she also
and he
recommended.
wants us to get back to him in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Sarah loves it.
she also recommended, you should have a website. But I was like, nah, I don't need a website. But
Every business needs a website.
I have a website. I'm so glad that I got all these, that the Nicole J and Co offers. I'm just looking back, from the very beginning. I'm so thankful. I'm so glad that I do have social media, and a website. We're on TikTok now. Follow us on TikTok.
You're probably one of our most well-rounded clients as far
Really?
as diversifying. You understand that you can't just stay in one lane. You have to be broader in the way you think about your marketing plan.
Yes.
So, Rick's got a billboard. He does digital marketing, social media. He's got a website. He did the branding correctly, got a brand guide. So he's really solid
Yes.
from top to bottom. It's important.
So what about that TikTok shop?
It's coming.
It's
next.
coming.
Okay, yeah.
It's
okay.
next.
It's
I was
coming.
thinking about that last night.
Yeah. So.
But speaking of TikTok, you two are like TikTok stars now.
Oh, really?
Like, what is that? What is that
are
about?
We're
not.
just waiting. We're waiting for our stardom.
We can't wait to be influencers of wine.
I think you're there.
I don't know. Not according to TikTok rules.
No?
We've had a couple do really well, but
Yeah. It's hit or miss. But we have fun with it.
we
so.
do. People enjoy seeing other people have fun.
Yeah.
And it makes
Yes.
you human and it makes you want to be a part of something.
Yeah. It makes you relatable.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we
And
want to do at the gym.
Yes. It should be
really do.
fun. It should make people want to come in. And when you make people laugh and you make people smile, it makes them want to be a part of the fun.
Yes. I agree.
yeah.
Well, we're getting a signal from our director over there.
Yeah, I think he's actually asleep. I
He's-
don't know.
I mean, we could talk forever,
He
but
said, stop talking
maybe people are going to log off soon.
and you're done.
But I just want to say thank you to our guests, Nicole.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Mel,
having us. This
Thank
was
you.
fun.
It was
fun. It was my first podcast.
Yeah.
Really?
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Not
is
as
our-
bad
So
as you
fun.
thought, right?
No.
This
No.
is our second
We wish
show,
you
man.
great luck with your podcast.
Thank you
I
to our
encourage
audience.
other businesses to do
Yes,
this.
please follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Just don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.
Yes. And schedule your episode.
Yes.
Come
And
on,
come to the
join
wine
us.
bar.
And come to the wine bar.
wine.
Yeah. 7 days a week
7 days a week, drink
with
wine.
a new menu.
But you also have to work out.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't forget to work out
Don't forget to
and take your supplements.
and take your supplements. That's exactly right. Your berberine.
Yes. Don't forget to take your berberine. Rev Supplement of the Week, available online and at the gym.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.